That's Disco Elysium. We just continue. Wait, it's raining? Let's get out. Let's get in the store. Wait, I couldn't. Oh, okay. We should go this way. Oh, a glove. Nice. Ooh. Wait, what? It's more like die. 好，我刚刚忘了，我们又回到了极乐迪斯可的游戏，欢迎大家加入这个 channel。我们刚找到了一个新的手套，为什么还没有帽子跟眼镜啊？钥匙，哎。OK， 算了，随便。
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
OK， 翻一个酷炫的小鸡。
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
这算是蛮多故事里面有时候常会出现的一种设定哦，无头骑士。最有趣的是，曾经有一部轻小说，然后它后来有翻拍成动画，是叫《无头骑士异闻录》。那里面的无头骑士就是一个女性，这个相对于来说在故事的设定上是比较少见的，大部分都是男子吧。
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
OK， 我可以买。
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
哦，这是曾经的那个可以冲过围墙，就之前在我们前面部分有看到的弗朗哥尼格利安骑兵，曾经的过往王国的伟大骑士。
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
对他突然想像那个老人。
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colors indiscriminately.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers.
他们穿着脏脏兮兮的，然后有一些拿铲子跟马尺， 他不能拿手枪。
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Yeah.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? 哇，不过话说他的工作空间超诡异的，他一个人把自己塞在一个台子里面。我好像有点。哈哈哈！我来了，快告诉我你的麻烦。我这个人就是不
I
管。
haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
你是不是有用迷幻剂呢？快点告诉我。
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Let me have a look. Another time, perhaps. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
告诉我那个男人吊起来的。
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
啊！我把枪拿过来当了。
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
我差点挂了。
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
OK， 我们可能最后要去找一个叫猪猪女侠的人，她拿着我的
Truth be
枪。
told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
OK，
Of course. Sure thing. Sure, man.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations. But what about the third?
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
OK， 哦，
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there.
赫姆达尔是不是桥上的那个男子？不是，那个在港口大门的那个男子，肌肉发达的男人，蛮符合那个形态的、啊，有双手各握一把巨剑，周围被燃烧的火焰包围，感觉很有他们的那个氛围，就是伟大的征服者，他们认为了至高种族。
Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
It's the man from Hjelmdal.
Walking away from his burning village, yes. Huh? Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
哦，那我记错了 ，Hjelmdal 不是一个正常的地方。那我要回去看一下那个名词，在港口大门那个人他说的，他们那个种族叫什么？不记得。
Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
我想要把它暂时换成一下英文。我想要看一个这个，他说是存在论的必需品，它指的是哪一部分 ？Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hjelmdal are ontological necessity. Ontological. We have to， 我们要 Google 一下 ontological 啊，打错字 ontological 本体论存在论 relate to the branch of a metastatic dealing with the nature of being. OK， 本体存在 ，OK， 所以是存在主义的作品 ，Hjelmdal。
Wow, what?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
我支持这个论点了，不过本来我就比较偏向存在主义的认知。有时候一个东西之所以存在，它有部分是因为一种意志、一种信仰。不过在那个东西之所以存在之前，它有没有那个东西的本质，就是另外一件事情。这个部分连存在主义自己都吵很凶嘛。Anyway.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
It's for the best, because Hjelmdal is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity.
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
不能免费送我吗？
But why? I sympathize, I do, but this is a for-profit enterprise. 2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
You should. 2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
能不能给我呢？
Why? I deal in goods, not services.
Okay, fine.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
他不免费卖给我啊。
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Stereo 8?
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
其实蛮厉害的，他是应该还是 录音带那种等级的，然后但是它可以对应3种不同的格式，然后还有无线电，感觉蛮好的。上个年代有很多的机器其实做到比较高等级了之后，它除了有很好的声道表现，它也有很多复合的功能，因为那个时代出来的录音系统并不像数位这样子，所以它用类比作为载体，有好多种格式，超麻烦的。Anyway，
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
这个部分超好玩的。其实我遇到好几个类型，我在猜它跟现在有一派的人喜欢自然音乐，就是石头上面有水声啊，有虫鸣鸟叫，它是比较类似一派的。他们喜欢的是一种，我是说，在细节如果去区分，这不一样。但是他们都跟音乐，我们现在强调的音乐，就是特定目的制作出来的专辑、唱片，它是不太一样的，因为现在它有一个很强烈的意识在里面。可是有一派的人就喜欢的是，你恰好在那边，你录下了某个东西产生出来的音，那这个依然算是音讯的一种。那这个会让蛮多人会感觉到很平静。这跟你去听音乐不一样，因为音乐有很强烈的一种主张性。有很多人是不喜欢听这种他们认为的主流音乐，因为这个其实算相对小众蛮多的。不管你是喜欢 jazz， 喜欢bass 的声音，或者是喜欢 funk， 或者是你喜欢 pop music， 他们觉得那些都是有一种强烈的主张。我没有办法理解这一派啊，因为这些东西听了，我觉得无意识的成分太多。但是对他们来讲，这个可能就是存在这个东西的本身。或许他把这他对存在主义的认同感跟这个放在一起，我觉得也算是蛮合理的，也觉得这很正常。只是我不太听这一类的音乐。
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
Experimental sound， 对，这种类型的音乐更多是一种实验性的。那我自己曾经对谈过的人，他有在做这类型的音乐，他是把发酵的声音，就所有物体发酵，然后变成腐败的过程中，把这个声音录下来，然后包含他最生活的一种见解，还有周围的声音的整合，他有录成一个唱片，然后现在有在，我忘了是 Amazon 还是哪里有在卖他的音乐。我听了3-4首曲子，但是我不太能理解了，我不太能理解，然后我没有办法再听第2次。目前，对，我觉得这种是真的蛮富有实验性质的音乐类型，很厉害，很有启发性，但是我日常生活没办法听它。
If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that, or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Okay. 之后再说吧，我们可以买，那就代表应该是有这个场合。 啊，雨停了，水闸故障。
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal, some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Yep.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage. Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
不太喜欢劳力活。
Suit yourself. Just drop by on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock work again. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
哦，那因为这里是那个轰炸的浅滩，那个保皇派的那个老人有跟我们说一下。
Sure thing.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
OK， 警枪。我们可以之后回来再破这个，很多对这个红色的我们应该是都有点困难了啦，都有点不太能破。无头骑士 ，OK。
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
OK，
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
那不好。
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
No, you are definitely not buying those. No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to look like a walking midlife crisis, then who am I to interfere?
自我毁灭墨镜，连大家丑死了。
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic, the kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
OK， 我们再找一个新的好。
No luck.
Yeah.
All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection against the sun, not like those cheap plastic shades.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
OK， 我是不是没钱了？我不确定我现在有多少钱。OK， but
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
让我想到一个很好玩的东西哦，因为这些司机应该是因为桥这一头它坏了，所以他也过不去，然后港口这边的货他也出不了，所以他们就卡在这里，前后两难的问题。但这个人却开始在卖货物，这只有2种可能性：要不是他拉的货物他自己准备要卖的，就是自家经营的商品。可是以一个货车司机来讲，我几乎没有见过有人这样做吧？你拉了货你自己要卖，那你车不就放在那边摆？这感觉只有中世纪会这样做。你拉了货，然后你自己到别的地方卖，因为你这些货是相对来说有价值的吧？你可能卖胡椒啊，可能卖苹果啊，或者是什么，你到那边然后就摆摊卖这样。可是以现代城市来说，拉着自己的货去卖，除非你是很奇怪的路边摊，不然按照他的车子的尺寸，还有其他的货车的尺寸来看，就是他们这个著作，他们这个游戏里面描述的汽车，它比较像是倒卖他老板的货我觉得啦。就是反正在这边没事干，那我就卖这些货，然后之后说这个是耗损之类的，然后他在中间就赚很多差价。那当然他最后要赔偿货物的损失，但是可能那个违约金并不足以高到让他觉得卖这些货是觉得有问题的。I don't know， 不确定。
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
50的呀，超贵的。
Only? That's madness. Fun Ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable Found Ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
萨马拉共和国。
No, no, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market. No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
我就是那个。
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale. Well, if you want them... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
OK。
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
反正不管怎么样，我拿不走那些喇叭。
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
到底为什么要说？
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
这个超好玩的。这个我觉得现在人并没有仔细去想这件事情。我们现在在讲现金流这件事。他说的这就是哦，你不是在买新东西，我们买的是经济。这个你要保持现金的流通，你就可以创造产值。这其实就是一种游戏哦。I don't know， 我觉得现在人并没有这种，大部分的人并没有这种 concept， 这种概念 concept。不过他们连论证钱为什么是钱这件事情都没有办法好好仔细去思考的话，他们只想说促进这个金流，有助于它自身的发展。That's all， 他们就考虑这个东西。可是现金流为什么必须要流动？然后这跟紧缩、通货紧缩，还有通货膨胀之间的关系，我觉得大部分人并没有在这事情上有深究。我大部分因为偶尔我就会去讨论这个问题，因为这些跟政治也会有关。你说经济就一定会绑政治嘛？那政治就会影响到各个层面，因为政治是不能说更大的，因为我觉得这样形容是有点怪。只要有人的地方就会有政治，那有政治介入，你就会需要一个衡量的手段。那衡量的手段就是价值，价值就会衍生出经济。我觉得这一连串的东西串在一起了，就会让这些东西变得很复杂。当然有趣了，但是复杂。反正这是一个很大的问题。可能有时候，可能之后有机会，我们可以再来谈谈这一部分的内容了。为什么经济需要被拯救呢？我也觉得奇怪啊。
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You got to think about the consequences.
对，这是一个现实的问题，但是它的出发点非常薄弱。强大的经济会扩展，虚弱的经济会灭绝，这其实是资本主义非常重要的一个基础。是，好的东西会被市场留下。可是这个席勒这个商人讲说，我不可以灭绝，我有孩子要养。他诉诸的并不是在经济层面上的理智性，它是感性。可是这样就会跟资本主义最一开始的概念会有一点不一样。他用一种社会主义的思维加入纯粹的经济层面，这样会造成很多后果。因为我们并没有在这上面上有足够的讨论，因为本来的资本是绝对理性的，它的前提是绝对理性。可是当你加进了感性的层面，说我还是要想，那你不能破坏我的经济，你要考虑这个后果。可是实际上那个东西并不是这样子在运作的。那所以当这个东西产生了之后，你就会出现像保守主义或者是边境主义这种思维，这部分有一点符合了小区域社会主义的一种关怀，但是更多我觉得是一种自保。对，有好处有坏处，但是以纯粹客观的经济主义来说，资本主义来说，这其实是破坏资本主义核心架构的一个毒瘤。不过这又是更大的问题啦。找。
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist. They itch like hell. Like an itch pit in hell.
All natural materials, see? Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real.
从容自若。我们点一下从容自若哈，我们应该可以点了吗？不行，我们没有。港口也去过了。OK， 我想要之后再回来这书店，我还记得这里是书店。我们之后再跟这小孩对谈。Flido。哦，到处捡钱 ，please 给我钱。
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruin in a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
N and C backward， 说是 Onuk， 它应该是 Okun 吧 本来是 Onak， 应该是 Okun。
That's Kuno on the lens.
Oh, Kuno. Kuno.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower.
Yeah, 蛮好的。这也是我蛮喜欢这个游戏的一个部分。它在你可以互动的各个元件之中，它可以把远景、近景一些设定，或者是它用一种文字的方法去表现，这个让这个游戏很美。
You know this to be the star of Pericanasis, or the Cairo,
Okay.
the central symbol of the Pericanassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
对啊。
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
工会领袖把这些人赶出去。
That's odd. I could swear you were a police officer.
Your money disappears into the coin slot, a clunk, the ring of metal. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it.
那有什么废墟啊？
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
他看不见哦，他眼睛不好。哦，还有一个，走开！我要捡这个。
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
我记得可以把回收品投进来。
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the
Yay, nice. Nice. Frito. 看错了。我们再去捡多一点，然后我们回来这边找工会。我记得他下午4点要开门吧？对，他们有 book 他们的时间。Frito。 这里有一个。
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
我才不要卖。我们先去店里面看一下。哎
Yes?
，Nope， 他们还没开，好吧？我们去。这边找找看。
The trash containers. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. There's nothing more of interest in this. The container sounds a muffled gong. An inconspicuous pile of the roof because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're
Yes.
too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Nice。
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
What's that？ 耶，钱，滚开，要么搞砸。
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
啊，好棒，unfit。
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
你是个好
No.
警察吗？
I'm just a regular detective, thank you very much. Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? The secret.
.哦，我们可以上来。Nice。喂。哎，耶！我在捡垃圾。我 我应该是拿不到那个，要回去。啊，好想吸安非他命啊！啊，这个警探真的不行啊！好吧，我们看能不能忍住气味，把这尸体放下来。还是太瞎了，一直放那边。
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse.
我们看看能不能有比较好的服装，强身健体，强身健体。我把它穿上好了，应该增加。
There he still is. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
还是吐了。
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
OK， 我们可以去拿个。
Hello again, officer? Sure. I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
他好像也不是一个真的坏人啊，也愿意给我们秀颜。阿莫尼亚。即可生效。
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is the ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
啊天哪，我一直在吐啊！
Nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
真他妈扯淡！我不想做调整。
Okay, you've said it. You needed to say it. And now that you have, you need to get your shit together. No, it's not, officer. Then the world will turn away from you and leave you behind. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
OK， 看来我们只能喂，思绪内化，粪便压缩机，太恶啦！不要！看一下。工会的人是不是回来了呢？没有，还是6点。再去找瓶子吧。
Whoa, what have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Okay.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez, weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
OK， 我现在没有办法辨认。Oh, nice.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out, trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
You think you're so clever, clever.
There must be another way into the building.
Oh my god. 他这个是声音有错误吧？
It's been a week and now they show up?
楼上有人。
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Huh?
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word?
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
根本就是假的，这是这个地区哦。
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
Trash? Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
啊，他走了。啊，他走了。
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
Yes.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. We'll just have to go in and see.
Nice. 我们找到了钥匙，你可以偷溜进去。很多弹孔，什么鬼？也打不开。哦 ，nice， 我们可以进来。哦，耶！我们有新的服装，增强好胜。能言善道。我们现在有些，对，我们有些降下来，可是应该没关系。我们其实反而加了很多其他的能力哦，这样我觉得整体来说是不错的。增强好胜变-2什么鬼东西？不过我们应该是不太需要用到。看一下，标新立异，食髓知味，强身健体。跟简体哦。好了，这个。现在进不去。好吧，我们去别间房子看一看。3种不同的大小，这里面有3个人。哎呦，谁家？耶！这个人真的是完全不 care， 到处偷东西。那没关系，我们这次扮演就是这种角色。 良心。
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, Number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
我们有工具，准将 ，OK。
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
快，偷开别人房间。OK。11号，批判理论。OK。革命分子。哦，所以这是一个革命分子的房间吗？啊，子弹！那也呢？啊，房间里面怎么放子弹？偷拿东西，快闪啊！
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
任何理由没关系，我们再来找这个理由。哦，这里有一个人。
Give me a moment.
Give me a moment.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Smoking like the devil.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
Yeah.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Rusty. 确实，你很长没有跟人家对话的时候，你的语言还有你的表达中枢都会有一点困难。我觉得现在很多的社会问题，还有纠纷的产生，就是因为大家没有这种练习的空间。然后，当你必须要跟人家对话，例如说你碰到一个车祸，然后或者是你碰到一些意见不一样的时候，你通常那时候会夹杂着情绪，所以在这种状况下，你没有办法很好的组织你的言语，或者是表达一些我认为你有可能也是对，可是我现在真的很生气， 大家没有办法在这种状况下心平气和的去讲，所以争端就不断。我们第一句话就是骂人，或者是你可以说干掉，对 ，motherfucker shit 这种，然后事情就一发不可收拾，这是一个问题。不过大部分人不太认为这个事情是有必要被良好的对待跟处理，这很头痛。
Ask away, policeman. Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar.
哦，大学者。
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. That's what I said. Astrology.
Astrology?
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
8号租户吧 But anyway.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved, or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
顺便问10号房那女生到底是谁
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
她看起来身体真的不是很好。
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
喂，他到底讲什么鬼东西啊？那里压力下进行观察，那里面中心的金属。我完全看不懂他的中文写的什么意思。Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer shit has been observed at pressure of around gigadecimal. These metallic hydrogen level of shit togetherness were thought to be exist only at the center of Okay. Okay. Center of sorry. No. Not law officially. What? Officials. It remains to be seen how long the shed singularity lasts. What is that called? 他讲的到底什么奇怪的东西？我们需要好好的对这个东西进行一个研究。因为有时候你看这个文本，它虽然说会有一些很奇怪的表示方式，可是这其实是写作很重要的一个成分。我想要把这个东西搞清楚。It remains to be seen how long the shed singularity singularity 起点 singularity the state fact quality or condition of being singular 起点 OK 是什么 last 的持续 last 对持续 OK It remained to be seen how long the singularity lasts. Okay. 很难讲这个是什么东西。Where a police officer should have been observed at the pressure of a round. Oh. OK. 我大概懂他的意思了。不过他写的有点怪啊。我猜猜看，看这样讲的是不是合理？他说，反正这个有一个今日离奇的科学研究嘛。他说，把一个远景的粪便放在巨大的压力下进行观察，那你可以发现一些独特的状况，就是 so like it's only hydrogen's level， 它可以在那种状况下可以产生一种，应该说是 hydrogen level of shared togetherness with thought physics collapsing stars。他没有讲凝结体了 ，metanic， 有一种超自然的凝结或者是立方体，然后会是一个氢 hydrogen's level。那个超自然的氢原子、离子，反正一个奇怪的凝结体，然后会存在这一坨粪便的中心，然后它不在人的体内。对，反正他们发现有这个东西，叫做一个粪。他们把粪便放在一个观察的器皿或者是什么东西内，然后给它加以巨大的压力，然后他们可以在这一个中间发现一种奇特非自然的凝结体，然后是属于跟氢原子相关的。然后现在不知道这个特殊的 unique 这个节点的中心，他们叫奇点，奇异点。他用的英文字是singularity。有一个很奇怪的 singularity， 这个也是一个很通俗的字，它并不是一个真正的专有名词。然后他们就说，哦，这个还有待于观察，超怪的，也不知道什么东西。钢筋铁骨，上线为4。OK。Anyway， 我们可以再去吐一次了吧？ 充满四月天。喂，走出来了。
Yes?
我没有找你。不要 ，yes， 我还没有找你。我还没有找你，either。哦。
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov. Kraz Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
OK， 所以这是革命派的时候的Mazov。我在想他引用的这个人又有点像是 scientific communism， 可能是列宁或者是马克思吧。但
anyway。The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard.
Young communard.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism, in other words.
一个五角星，左边、右边两个鹿角。
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear to symbolize the toppling of the old order.
要颠覆旧秩序。
Also, some social democrats were already using it.
但鹿角什么意思？代表一种崛起吗？还是一种树木的象征？
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Yeah, sure.
Because white is the color of peace.
想起什么了吗？
Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall.
走上去，快给我现身，还我原形。
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today.
Okay. Probably gone today. Why? 想一下哦，我们 们可以先回去看看，因为我们重新解锁了钢筋铁骨的判定标准，所以我们应该可以有机会一个 chance 把人放下来，忍住就可以了，是吧？现在下雨应该不会那么臭了吧？
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but the material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
我刚不小心按到了，不过应该是没有关系吧。
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
哎呀，上面是尸体，然后还有一些纹身、裤子，但是这里是盔甲。
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic. It's clearly some manner of super armor, or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
哦，对，因为我们找到他的染血的衣服或者是其他的东西，但是这个盔甲穿在衣服内。
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
对。
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
一套要4年的薪水，吐了，这太贵了吧
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 rial, unadjusted for rank.
Not too much, yes. It's a sorry situation, I agree.
对啊，那这个人不可能有这个。
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Yeah.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Oh, okay.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678 222. Let's lie.
我们说谎干嘛？是？Why？ 我们确实没有必要一定要对他说实话，是吧？
That doesn't sound like a serial number. Where's the structure and logic of a line of manufactured projects?
No, not true. It didn't have the cadence and logic of a real manufactured item.
Officer, the decomposing corpse has temporarily suspended my sense of humor. Let's continue in a less playful manner. Anyway, we have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You are about to seriously compromise the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
Liquefied.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
For
a full set of armor, I wouldn't blame you. But these boots are hardly worth a disciplinary hearing. There are better ways to pay a hostel bill. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Okay.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
好，我们就骗警佐吧。
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be.
Yeah.
The shape of the branch supports the theory.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? Yes, it often is. This bell worries me.
私刑也有一点点奇怪，私刑应该要做得更极端吧？我想，因为像我们说私刑的话，我们脱了他的裤子，脱了他的什么，可似乎好像有点做一半的感觉。当然，看起来还是很像私刑。然后我们刚刚讲说用套索，他用一个滑索滑上去，然后用力拉，把它系上去，系到这个枯树干上。
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
对啊，这是什么？如果
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure. I agree.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
他的身体的那些图案，我的警佐认为他是一种暴力崇拜的狂热分子，或者不一定是狂热分子，就是一种图腾吧。觉得他在这边讲的是一种图腾。
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
这尸体已经过了很久，他的眼睛就有点掉出来。他说像一种半水期生物。
These eyes used to be blue, baby blue.
Baby blue.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
哦，我很喜欢这一段他写的，我之前不记得，但是说他先描绘了一个他的身体现有的状况，然后他用了一个非常有趣的总结的方法，他写死神咧嘴一笑，你悄然离去，只留下这一团无法辨认的混乱。他把现实与非现实之间那种超自然抽离开来，分成两部分，变成死神来过之后，他就留下了这样一块毫无知觉的肉团，或者是你说物质留在这边，让它自由的成为一种混乱的状态。他对比了一种有序跟无序的状况，在现实跟非现实之间，我觉得这是非常有趣的一种描写手法。我好喜欢这一段，我以后会把它再放到类似的用法，我会放在我的小说里面，可能会吧。
Good. The victim is of Occidental descent. Light brown hair, blue eyes.
我到底怎么看出来？我的眼睛其实很好我的搭档就并不是这样子。
When he says Occidental, he means white, originally from the Occidental subcontinent on Muindi.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. 去哪了呢？
Into the wild pale yonder.
这部分应该是我在脑袋里面跟已逝者之间，或者是我尝试用他的角度进入了一种无关旁人的心理状态，然后我跟他的对话。灰域，我一直都不知道灰域这个地方他们正确讲是什么。之前我们遇到一个灰域司机，他也并没有把它说得很清楚。然后我们在店里面看过一个灰域的陈年伏特加，好像是还是 whisky， 然后他说这个陈酿的非常好喝，但是似乎他对灰域也没有提太多的解释。
In the past, way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
真的吗？他是一个杀手？那可能可以解释他为什么可以负担起这么昂贵的陶瓷装甲。
Go ahead, Cobbo.
发生什么了？
What do you mean?
我在跟你说。
It's the power of your imagination.
What the hell? 你的力量在幻想。
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Here you go, you loony. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, Your name is probably Harry.
不可能是哈利，我才不要哈利的名字。
Good for you. Because you have. Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just like me. Just keep drinking and having a good time. It's a matter of weeks.
Feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin above waist level, more like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking. Your liver tells you so.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Huh.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Oh. Oh. 我发现了，说尸体很重要的一个是粉红色跟绿色在身体上的一种分布状况，这是尸检的一个特点。然后以前我好像是一个很有名的警探嘛，或许是从我可以这么违法乱纪的状况下，我应该是很厉害的警探。所以 anyway， 我们就发现了说粉色跟绿色在这个尸体上现在呈现。所以我们可以用这个方法去判断它在最初几个小时内，血液沉淀的地方，也就是血块啊或者是什么。所以如果你有外伤或者是内伤，或者有是阻碍或者是压迫，我们应该可以判断说，造成你这个人死掉的原因大概可能是什么样的。然后他跟他的皮肤现在的状况是不是一样的？我们可以做一个初步的推测。
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
他最初几个小时血液累积的地方在脖子啊，然后还有肥胖的手、大腿跟对，但尸体其他的地方就没有显现，所以也符合私刑的一种初步的判断。然后黑色指纹，他肚子孕育嘛。黑色液体顺着他的大腿流到靴子上，他肚子有一个伤口，脂肪纹路，黑色的脂肪纹路，还是这是纹身，一团爆炸的色块。
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the
我
world.
不知道。
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck are you saying?
Talking about shit.
Yeah， 我是混蛋。
Malicious
马克
laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big said he's a.
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
他被殴
They
打
do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
确实很像私刑。
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. But we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
快告诉我，你还有什么秘密呢？尸体。
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
你看，我们可以把它放下来，应该是检查完了。
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
就把树枝锯掉。
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
对，会有那个利益冲突的问题，最好先把它排除。
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno.
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle-loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's desk was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
要不再试一次啊？
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick, with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a
Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window. Surely.
The cadaver is already compromised bad enough. You don't have to make it worse.
It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict looking for a fix. Ask again. More controlled this time. There is silence.
Vittupa wants to fuck up again bad. It's the song of my people,
Don't provoke her.
Shot him in the chest. What a fucking idiot.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
The lieutenant does not dignify that with an answer. He snaps the button on his holster and says,
We still need to get him down somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Yep. 莫名啊。先去查个序号好了。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
我们可以看那个标志，对不对？
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
对啊，我已经18年了。
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Cool. I'm glad you joined us. Not a lot of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
1年10多起，我加入18年，然后216个案子。OK。
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
相比其他人，我到底是好还是坏啊？乱七八糟的人。
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
我应该给那些精锐酒啊，又要喝。
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema.
用摇滚的力量让一切好起来。
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. 2 men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window.
Ah, Martinez at night. Let me see. Right here. It has its problems. Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola. Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osidien. Echondes Fronisin. Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself. It's totally also a coping mechanism.
Yeah, 我不想参加。
Okay, yes. Maybe it is just the hangover talking. Or some kind of joke you're playing on yourself instead of working on the case. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
他们应该回来。没有。但我可以去厨房。
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please, it's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
他没有回答太多什么东西给我。
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older. The door does not budge.
You do? It's
the winch, outside, in the backyard. Remember? No, your fingers do.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
那他曾经有钥匙，但钥匙不见了，所以他现在也进不去。这也是一个蛮麻烦的问题哦。明天再回去，周三尸体秘密通道。我们可以上去看一下我们的脸，看看会不会有什么新收获。
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in the air. He nods.
I can see that.
"好像我可以收集一些其他的罐子。
Yes?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
这一部里面的像标题说 "disco" 这个字，我觉得都像是一种象征，说一种时代对于人们来说的一种幻觉性吧。所以 Elysium 是天堂新天地 ，Disco Elysium 就我可以把它解释成一种对商业或者是对自由市场的一种崇拜吧。让你生活变好了，它让你更多的物质可以填满你，这样。
For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing: Guillaume le Million.
这曾经的国王。
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Okay.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lemillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression, looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Oh, 那琥珀色长发和雪白美牙。啊，思绪内化，纪尧姆。哎，RCM 地图，我应该可以到时候把那个找出来。还没有解锁。
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
应该是解决不了，3% 太低了，根本就没有解决的必要。
The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
我们可以去城镇后面看看，我们都还没有去那边吗？哦，我们也还没有来书店。
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
书就是很长的信，里面还有故事，什么东西？但是确实不奇怪啊，一张一张的明信片包含了一种即时性的思绪。那书就是整理过的一叠明信片，然后让它有时间序了之后，成为一连串的思绪。那你也可以说它就是一个故事了。对，书就是明信片的集合体，也不奇怪，但是就是I don't know， 你随便给信变成书，我觉得这种东西比较像游记，不像是书这个集合。但是I don't know， What do I know？
Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Oh no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
那你不应该去上学吗？
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
学校。
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
我会展示给你看。
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
OK， 所以这是最外展的一间店，但是其他部分就是都看不到的。
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
犯罪
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
我就是警察。
You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. He isn't even drawn right. She examines the picture, trying to find whatever is wrong with it. She then shrugs and puts the book aside, unconvinced.
我在破坏一个小女孩对于警探这种东西的幻想，像跟小孩讲说，那个圣诞老公公不存在，我说啊，怎么会？
Sure you can, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
好，我做一些推论。
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar. There's something you're missing.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
Yeah, 因为人们不这么期望。穷小子他喜欢看的他是曾经的贵族，或者是他力争上游的故事，然后得到了富家女的关注，或者是这跟主流的地位有关。
Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
这真的是一种幻觉哦，浪漫小说。所以它的浪漫建构在于像是 gentleman 这个概念，你需要有钱，所以这种身份地位之间的差别，最后成为了一个好看、有趣的小说。它的内涵就是，你因为浪漫，所以你变有钱。所以这女生就说，如果大家都很穷，那就不是一个浪漫小说的基本元素了，它就只是日常生活。这其实也蛮讽刺的。
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
Nice and pretty people. 哦，天哪！我感觉快吐出来。OK, fine. 可是确实很多人爱看这种。我记得以前就是会有那种总裁小说啊，或者是一些其他的，就是在写普通的女生跟漂亮、高富帅的男生遇到了，然后他可能很坏或者是什么，但是最后他们在一起，然后大家都变好了，因为他的本性是好，他可能因为父亲的压迫或者什么东西，所以他有点像是反叛的小孩之类的。两个男人都
These are
很
not
坏。
very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
Oh, what?
Sometimes they break up for a little while, but then they always get back together. Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
这失败者先了。
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
When she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever, she'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
Okay, sir.
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Yeah, sure. 我也觉得。我是不是曾经跟他对过话？也有可能，因为我今天我已经忘了非常多东西嘛。我们等一下进去建筑物里面找他哈。喂。
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
哦，我们终于遇到野生公司的董事会代表。OK。
Leighton, my maiden name.
Leighton.
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
他也是有奇怪的幽默感。
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
他用什么字？ But I can assure you of his ultimate competency. Competency? Competency. 我本来要说他可能会讲 basic or something. Competency.
Competency.
Competency. Competency. 可能这是不同国家发音不一样的问题。他没有正确解释他的 competence。 Have the necessary ability, knowledge, or skill to do something successfully. OK， 足以胜任的，那就不奇怪。基本做担保，有一点不太一样，翻译有点不太一样。这句应该比较翻译说， 我仍然。But I can assure you of his ultimate competency. Ultimate.更像是我应该说，这句他是说我能向你确保我能担保这件事情，但原文比较像是说我可以向你确定，最终他是可以胜任这个工作的，即便他有这个状况，他最终还是胜任这件事情。他这句话比较像是结果论的导向，他最终可以完成这件事情，虽然说他有这些事。中文就比较像是说。他少掉了那个结果论的那种论调。他说：“我能向你担保，他的基本能力是没有问题。”有点不一样。
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It is a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Okay, represent.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
The king long gone, but several of the Indo-tribe remain. In the tribe. Tribes. In the tribes. 我没有输错啊，为什么他写印第安部落 ？In the tribe. 这个可能要再更细查。他这里写的是寡头，但是我不太确定。Anyway, in the tribe.
Jean-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue. Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
可能是 OK。
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Wait, tribe 是部落的话 ，Indo。哦，内部部落，寡头。我查一下中文的寡头的转换成英文是什么？寡头。也是不一样的字啊。OK， never mind。
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
OK， 我们接下来的直播，我们再把这个部分完成哦。我觉得我们今天应该差不多时间要到这边，然后你们可以如果有兴趣的话，可以看这个影片的重播或者是什么，我可能有必要
Take care.
去上个厕所之类的。但是我们先把寡头公司给放到，哦，对，一次只能研发一个，好像。我记得之后可能会允许我们做别的，没关系，明天早上起来我们应该就会研发好这个。那我们之后可以再来升级这边心智，我们可能是完全放弃了，烂死了。之前的，我比较像我个人的角色，因为我比较站在一种同情的立场去玩这个游戏的时候，我的心智基本上是满的，几乎快要接近都全满。那我体格就很烂，那身手还好，所以我那时候主力是智力跟心智，不过这次应该是智力跟身手吧，有可能，这个到时候都可以再看看。就是说我想要的分配是做一个完整的角色，它是符合我的过往经历，不是我想要把它玩成什么样子，所以我只会按照这个角色应该有的条件，给他那样的能力。